To understand cryptocurrencies, you must first understand the costs of conventional money. To the average user, money appears convenient and reasonably cheap to use. The bank keeps your money safe, and you spend it as cash or through digital payments or credit cards. Yet for businesses, banks, and government, money is a tremendous amount of work. Cash is easy to steal or miscount, so businesses must train their staff to work with cash effectively. The cash must be routinely collected and carefully counted according to formal procedures and stored behind security systems. The cash is then taken to a bank, or for a large business, picked up by security guards in an armored truck. At the bank, which is a high-security building at a prime real estate location, the cash is carefully counted by more trained staff. It is then sorted, packed, and eventually taken by more armed guards in another armored truck to be put back into ATMs. All of this happens with security cameras, monitoring procedures, and collaboration with a police force supported by judicial systems and prisons ready to respond to robbery or suspicious activity. Meanwhile, governments need to deter counterfeiting. Although governments make cash difficult to counterfeit, much of the trustability of cash exists because governments maintain laws with harsh punishments for counterfeiting, and they provide adequate resources to law enforcement. Potential counterfeiters will evaluate the potential gains of counterfeiting divided by the chances of getting caught multiplied by the penalties of getting caught. Since printing money would be high gains, bad actors will only be deterred if both the chances of getting caught and penalties are high. Governments pay for all this because there's nothing natural about trusting pieces of paper given to us by strangers. We only trust cash because it's backed by authority.
The same is true for digital conventional money.
Ask yourself, why aren't you afraid that the bank will run off with your money? Well, maybe you are, but more often the answer is law enforcement. Various branches of the government and the central bank work together to oversee the financial industry to make sure everybody is following a complex set of rules which are designed to maintain widespread trust in money. We see more layers of expense if we look at credit cards. Many people know that businesses pay a fee for credit card transactions, but most people haven't thought about further costs. Credit card fraud is rampant. That's why every big online business has a fraud prevention department, as do the credit card companies, as do the banks. All these institutions work with law enforcement agencies. Altogether, a massive amount of resources are required to make conventional money work. So who's paying for this? Probably you. Taxpayers pay for the branches of government and law enforcement agencies that keep the money system trustable. Corporations pass expenses onto their customers in the form of prices. Banks are able to pay for all that security staff and high-end real estate because they make profits by lending out and investing the money of their clients. Bringing us back to cryptocurrencies, which are attempting to achieve a similar level of trust at a lesser cost, and to extend trust into new domains, which, in theory, could open up new economic possibilities that we can only begin to imagine. And speaking of costs, Bitcoin does use a lot of energy. However, there are many newer cryptocurrencies that are much more energy efficient. You can check out the links below for examples.